The IRS has my banking information on file. Why didn't I get my stimulus check through direct deposit? Here are some common reasons the transaction didn't go through as you expected, including an electronic transfer of funds was made to a closed account. Direct deposit was attempted to a temporary account used by a third-party tax preparer. You changed your direct deposit banking preferences or registered a new account on your 2020 tax return. But the IRS hasn't processed it and used your 2019 information instead. Leave any questions in the comments below. That is the end of the video, everyone. I hope you found this video helpful. Make sure to enter the $50 Amazon gift card giveaway by subscribing to my channel, liking this video, and commenting below. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. How are you doing today? I really hope you are having a nice day, everyone. Congratulations to all of you that already have a pending deposit in your bank accounts for your $1,400 third stimulus checks. It is really frustrating that there are still so many SSI, SSDI, or RB survivors and VJ beneficiaries that still have not received their third stimulus payment. It has been 19 days since President Joe Biden signed the $1.9 trillion third stimulus bill into law. You all have been waiting months for stimulus relief. On December 29th, the second round of stimulus payments finally began going out to the American people. It is months later, and some of you still haven't received your $600 stimulus check yet. The Internal Revenue Service, Social Security Administration, and U.S. Treasury Department really need to be better organized. I just don't understand why it is taking so long for the agencies to give you your stimulus payments. For those of you who have not received a second or third stimulus check, here is what you need to know. According to tax experts, if you have not received your second stimulus check by now, you should head and prepare to file your 2020 tax return. If you are a taxpayer, you may claim your missing $600 second stimulus check as a recovery rebate credit. I know some of you are non-filers, and as of right now, filing taxes this year is the only way to claim your missing stimulus payment. To get the recovery rebate credit, even non-filers will have to file a 2020 return. Also, even if you weren't initially eligible to receive a stimulus check, you may still get the recovery rebate credit. Dependents like college students, mixed-status families, and those who had a decrease in income or marriage status change in 2020 can claim the recovery rebate credit on their 2020 return. The latest round of stimulus checks are based on your latest tax return. So if you already filed for 2020, the IRS will go off that. If you haven't, then the IRS will be based on your 2019 tax return. Some tax experts say filing your 2020 tax return online as soon as possible would ensure that you would receive your stimulus money very quickly. One tax expert stated, "Filing a paper return right now will take probably an inordinate amount of time to get processed because of the effect that this crisis has had on IRS staffing." Now there have been numerous reports of people receiving smaller than expected payments being made via direct deposit. In some cases, Social Security recipients are reporting that they have received just half of what they were expecting to see for this round of stimulus payments. It is definitely crazy how Social Security beneficiaries are receiving smaller stimulus checks. According to the IRS, the issue with less than expected checks is occurring primarily with married people who file their tax returns jointly. This is caused by a glitch in the system that divides the payment into two parts for certain married couples filing jointly. This glitch primarily occurs for one of two reasons. You have an injured spouse claim on your tax return, or your tax refund was withheld due to your spouse's debts, which could include unpaid federal or state taxes or garnished money for child support. However, there is good news. Couples in either situation are still eligible to receive their full stimulus payments based on what they qualify for under the income guidelines. But you may have to wait a bit longer for the second half of your stimulus payment. In most cases, the second half of your payment will still arrive within a couple weeks. You will also likely receive your missing stimulus money through a paper check or economic impact payment debit card. So if you have not received your second half of your stimulus payment yet, you should definitely keep an eye on your mailbox. The IRS has stated that stimulus payments delivered via direct deposit should be deposited by Wednesday of this week. Now, President Joe Biden is still actively considering canceling student loan debt of up to $50,000. This could really help millions of Americans. Many progressive House Democrats introduced a resolution calling on Biden to cancel $50,000 in federal student loan debt for every borrower using executive authority. Student loan borrower advocates and Democratic lawmakers have been putting a lot of pressure on Joe Biden to convince him cancel student debt through executive action. Earlier this year, Representative Ayanna Pressley said in a statement, "Broad-based student debt cancellation is precisely the kind of bold, high-impact policy that the broad and diverse coalition that elected Joe Biden and Kamala Harris expect them to deliver. It would be truly amazing if President Biden actually canceled student loan debt." Comment below if what other types of debts Biden should cancel through executive action. It would be truly amazing if President Biden actually cancels student loan debt. Comment below if what other types of debts Biden should cancel through executive action.
We saw a level of callousness and detachment that resulted in great suffering, and as we know, California in particular had often 7 on the top 10 list of cities around the country who were hardest hit by the foreclosure. 7 were in California. We lost 1 million children lost their homes during that foreclosure crisis, and at its core, my connection to that case was about challenging the banks to be accountable for their conduct. The $12 billion, I worked together, that was one of the last things I did in the Senate, working with my colleagues in the Senate to get that $12 billion into that bill, knowing the incredible relationship that our community banks, this fancy word is CDFI, I call it community banks, that community banks have with our small businesses. And when we then think about all of this in connection with the American Rescue Plan and the American Jobs Plan, which are designed to lift up our economy and to lift up the drivers of our economy, understanding that half of America's workforce works for a small business or runs a small business. So the connections are clear, and so my work on CDFIs is really motivated by what I do believe are the success stories of America in terms of who is contributing to the lifeblood of communities, and in particular the economic lifeblood of communities. And so the work that we've been doing, I've been really doing a lot of work with various CDFIs around the country, community banks, to see how with that $12 billion, Congressman, we can really lift up these businesses around access to capital. Because it is both in terms of that initial investment, as you described, Rain, it is also so many, in particular of our minority and women-owned businesses, they have an idea to grow and need someone to believe in them, to not only help them create a business, but then to grow that business, along with, as you described, the technical assistance, along with giving folks an infrastructure. I recently had a conversation with a CDFI in South Dakota who's particularly focused on tribal and native businesses and folks, and being able to talk culturally with people. So that CDFI in particular